What wise people do when they get hurt. Someone hurt you. Maybe it was a friend who talked behind your back. Maybe it was someone you trusted and they walked away without explanation. Maybe it was family. And it still stings. Here's the thing nobody tells you. How you respond in the next few days decides who you become. Today, I'm sharing 5 things wise people quietly do after they get hurt. These aren't feel-good quotes. These are real moves. Trick 1. They feel it fully first. There was a guy I know, let's call him Marcus. Marcus found out his business partner had been taking credit for his ideas for 2 years. 2 years? And when Marcus found out, he didn't yell. He didn't send a long, angry message. He just went quiet. His friends thought he was fine. He wasn't fine. He told me later. I pretended it didn't matter. Then 6 months later, I was angry at everyone. My wife, strangers, myself. The pain had gone somewhere I couldn't see. Wise people don't numb it out right away. They give themselves permission to feel it, fully, privately, without guilt. You don't have to post about it. You don't have to explain it to anyone. But you do have to feel it before you can move through it. Trick 2. They don't make big decisions while bleeding. There's a woman, let's call her Ashley. Ashley got betrayed by her closest colleague at work. This colleague went to the boss, twisted some things, and suddenly Ashley was passed over for the promotion she'd worked 2 years for. That night, that same night, she wrote her resignation letter. Her sister stopped her. Don't make a permanent decision from a temporary emotion. Ashley waited 3 weeks. By then, she had a clearer head. She didn't resign. She negotiated a transfer to a better team with a higher title. That same situation, handled differently, completely changed her career. Wise people know pain is not a good advisor. They wait before they act. And here's the question for you right now. Is there a decision you're about to make that you're making because you're hurt? Just pause. Just a little longer. Trick 3. They get curious. Instead of bitter, meet Derek. He was in a relationship for 4 years. She left without a real explanation. For months, Derek kept asking, why did she do this to me? What's wrong with me? Why wasn't I enough? Those questions, they all lead to the same dark room. One day, he switched the question. Instead of, why did this happen to me? He asked, what is this teaching me? That small shift changed everything. He realized he had been showing up in the relationship as someone who needed constant validation. That was hard to see, but it was useful. He worked on it. His next relationship is completely different. Bitterness says, look what they did. Curiosity says, look what I can learn. Same hurt. 2 completely different futures. Trick 4. They protect their energy, not just their feelings. Let me tell you about Diane. After her brother betrayed her trust over a family inheritance matter, Diane did something most people wouldn't. She didn't cut him off completely, but she quietly reorganized her life. She stopped sharing her future plans with him. She stopped asking for his opinion. She kept family events civil and short. She redirected the mental energy she used to spend worrying about his approval into her own business. Within 18 months, her business had grown 3 times. She didn't do it to prove anything. She did it because she finally stopped leaking energy towards someone who had repeatedly shown they weren't careful with it. After you get hurt, ask yourself, where is my attention still going? Who am I still mentally arguing with at 2 a.m.? That person, that situation is still taking from you. Every day you keep that mental tab open. Wise people close the tab. Not with hate, just with intention. Trick 5. They use the wound to build something. This is the one that separates people who heal from people who transform. I want to tell you about Rachel. Rachel was 31 when her best friend of 15 years suddenly stopped talking to her. No fight, no explanation. Just silence. She found out through mutual friends that her friend had been saying things about her behind her back for years. It shattered her. She questioned every friendship she had. She wondered if she was a bad judge of character, She cried for weeks. But then she started writing. Not angry writing, not revenge writing. She started writing about what real friendship feels like and what the warning signs are when it isn't. She started a small blog, then a newsletter. Then she was invited to speak at a women's group, then a podcast. Today she runs a community for women who've experienced friendship betrayal. Over 40,000 members. She told me, "That wound became the most useful thing that ever happened to me." The pain you're carrying right now, it's not just damage. There's something in it that the world might need. A business, a conversation, a piece of writing, an understanding you couldn't have without having gone through it. And maybe you, right now, you've been through something that still stings. Maybe it was last week, maybe it was last year, maybe it was the thing you think about when it's quiet. The wise move isn't to forget it. The wise move is to build something with it. So let's recap the 5 things wise people do when they get hurt. 1. Feel it fully first. Don't skip the process. 2. Don't decide while bleeding. Wait before you act. 3. Get curious, not bitter. Ask, what is this teaching me? 4. Protect your energy. Close the mental tabs. 5. Build something with the wound. Your pain has purpose. There's an old idea that says a broken bone, once healed, is stronger at the break than it ever was before. That's not just biology. That's life. The places where you've been cracked open, those are the places where something real can grow. Not in spite of the hurt. Because of it. You didn't choose what happened to you. But you get to choose what you do next. And that choice, that small, quiet, daily choice, is everything. If today's video gave you even one thing to hold on to, that's enough. Drop a comment and tell me which of the 5 hit hardest for you. I read every single one. If this helped, hit that like button. Subscribe for more real talk. I'll see you in the next video. Stay strong.